offer every prayer to Chukwu Okike Ab.
FR, the rivers, all of them are not risky or risky or something. Today, people
not want. They don't want to be move.
So, welcome to the program today.
brothers, no say I want call result of the election for you. So I love you, general public. You see, I know my Igbo brothers. I'm here because of my Igbo brothers. I'm fighting for them. Because the result of Labour Party have come out today are very clear results. Peter Obi was there campaigning for Labour Party. And I have told you people before, listen to me, I'm a man of truth. Hey, Ebi. This is how Nigeria election will be decided. It's going to be free and fair. It's going to be free and fair. The election is going to be free and fair. You see, listen, Buhari have done its 8 years, he has gone. Buhari, even though Buhari is, I know say Buhari is working with a bandit to be taking land, but Buhari is not coming back again. Look at what is happening now. POB. If God did not use people like us to come and tell you people are very good in donating. Because most of your name, you answer donatus. Any people you see that they are bearing donatus, they are very good in donating money. How many Fulani and Hausa, these northern people, you see donating money for presidents? Yes, the way Nigeria be like this, we like I want to donate. My name is Donatus. Keep donating. We want to do fundraising. We want to do how many fundraising? How many times will I tell you? Hello? Where are you calling from? Who's this? Ah, good evening. You don't have WhatsApp?
Network just bad right now.
You want to tell me something, Abi? You want to talk to me something private, Abi? Or public?
No, I don't. I'm listening to this. No, I don't want to show your Facebook. I like the way you address an issue.
God bless you, sir. It's oh yeah. I say it's oh yeah. Yes, we are coming back to our promised land. This is your number. I will save your number now so that I can use my number to call you.
I will call you because I love people that doesn't support people. I love that kind of people.
God bless you. God bless you. I'm going to store your number. We'll call you. Let me see if I can store it. Just hold on. Okay, got it. Let me store it. Okay. You see, people are calling me all over the world to tell me thank you. I don't support darkness. I don't support darkness, never. Hello? Hello? Good evening.
Good evening, my brother. My name is Cynthia.
Good evening. Where are you calling from?
I'm from Abuja.
Ah, God bless you. Go
yes,
on.
I follow you online. I'll be a fan.
God bless you. God bless you.
I'm my first time caller with this.
Okay. Go on.
They see what about the election now. We don't see say PDP don't win.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very happy. In my party, people when they say Labour Party, they vote for Facebook, they make noise up and down. They get their PDP. They don't do the woto.
God bless you. God bless you, my fan.
Noise for Facebook is the issue.
Yes.
And to come out,
yes.
Convert the vote.
Yes. That is what I'm telling them now. Say in the east. Okay. First we carry he ruled for 8 years. He carried the whole money of Anambra State, go put for Pandora bank account. He not do anything for Anambra State. He's saying one. Okay. Okay.
So I'm the issue.
God bless you. Thank you. God bless you. Now we dey come the day there. Now we dey rain. Yes,
all the way, I
we
beg.
will give them woto. Thank you, ma. Thank you. Thank you. You see, I want people to start pressing that star. Celebrate with me. This coming election, PDP is going to win the whole 5 states in the East. I'm going to make sure that, see, me, Odudubo Igbo, all those people, they make noise, they should go and rest. I think we can see the result of the election now. There was no ringing. May I call the result for now? Make a fair play music for now. Mona, they happy. Igbo man is going to be the vice president of Nigeria. Igbo man is going to be secretary to the government of federation. We are going to see, we from the south, see, this is now our time. Our time to take power. We must rule that Nigeria. We must rule. For what now? This is the time for us to rule. Those people when they talk, say, they talk this side, they talk rain not fall, rain, see, come home. PDP, Southeast and South is the stronghold of PDP. Election is free and fair. Buhari is old man, he cannot ring the election anymore. Because if he try it, the thing will lead to fights, killings. Do you want war to enter Nigeria? Election is going to be free and fair. I want to use this opportunity to appeal to our Yoruba brothers. This coming 2023 election, government, we want people to also involve. We want people to remain opposition. Please, out of the 6 states you have in Yoruba land, we want to see a situation whereby Atiku is winning 3 states from that area. We want to have a government that will favor everybody. Not the government of military regime like this man, not the Buhari, military government presidents. My people, let I play music for them. Mona this year, it does set again. Hey, Mona they celebrate, Mona they post. Hello. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Good evening, sir.
Day of July 2022, and we continue again the awareness of Biafra liberation, the Biafra exit from the evil entity called Nigeria. Today, we have come to expose those who are ignorantly believing that any election is going to take place. We are now focusing on those outside Biafra land because election can never take place in Biafra territory. But we want to educate those who are somewhere. All right, we're going to refresh one moment. Sorry about that. Are we good now? Are we good now? Are we good now? I think we are good to go. Right? Are we good now? Are we good now? I think we are good to go. Right? Are we good now? We are good to go. All right. Thank you very much. All right. So we are good to go. So we have just come today to educate some of you who are residing outside Biafra land, because Biafra have decided that election can never take place in Biafra land unless election that has to do with a decision whether we are going to still be part of Nigeria or not, and it is called referendum or plebiscite. So it is to expose the Fulani cabals that P2B have gone to align himself with. So all these shenanigans that has been going on, we have come to expose how corrupt the P2B allies and the running mates, of P2B, and everything that P2B have to offer in his so-called presidential ambition, how corrupt they are. And apart from the fact that we have been able to prove to you that the man whose P2B chose as a running mate, we are not talking about the election because we are only trying to prove to you that the presence of P2B is not to contest election in Nigeria. It's not to contest and win.
Mary, you go on. My brothers, see, may I call result of the election for now? All I see, all who.
Now let us listen to him. The last to rule themselves, big and
guilty as charged, because you were by operating a
anybody. When we talk with evidence. So I have come to show you the evidence of P2B coming to become a president because he do not have enough money. So he wants his own share. So I want everybody to listen to him.
of the leaked Pandora paper, former Governor Peter Obi has been hard-pressed. The revelations on his secret business dealings overseas. Similar document leaks before it, the Pandora, to expose the concealed fortunes in offshore tax havens, and in some cases, money laundering by some of the most powerful people in the world. But in a statement, Obi dismissed a report by Premium Times, which disclosed that the former governor had concealed a number of offshore businesses and investments when he was at the helm of affairs in Anambra State. According to Musikili Umajid, editor-in-chief of Premium Times, Obi may have violated the Code of Conduct Bureau and Tribunal Act by not declaring his or that of his family's beneficial ownership in the said assets. Majid, who was on the show last week, added that the former governor flouted the Nigerian constitution by operating a foreign bank account while in office and may have concealed his offshore investments to avoid tax. Well, in our time-honored tradition of giving all sides a right of reply, we're now being joined by Peter Obi, former Anambra State Governor, to give us his side of the story on the allegations made against him by Premium Times. Good morning, Mr. Obi, and thank you for coming on the morning show.
Good morning for inviting me. Well, good morning to the viewers.
Well, the obvious question to ask is, are you guilty as charged? Because you were named in the latest scandal, Pandora Papers, as one of those involved in setting up a secret company for the purpose of money laundering, illegal purchase of properties overseas, while you were in office as governor of Pandora State.
Now, I want to categorically say this evening that the question is, you were involved in illegal purchase of properties overseas while you were in the office. And I want you to listen, because before we go into this, addressing this issue now, I want you to know why this case we're not taking serious. Let me show you. I'm going to tell you the reason the case we're not taking very seriously. Some of you don't understand what is going on. Okay? So I'm going to this evening. What we do is that we come and you get brain. Your brain will be open and you'll be thinking like a human being. Now, before we go into analyzing this Obi, I want you all to understand that I can never leave Obi alone until Obi leave Biafra alone. I can never leave him alone. Now, why this particular Obi scandal and Pandora died without investigation is because a lot of criminals like Obi were involved in this particular scandal. So if you look at this particular Guardian newspaper, this Guardian reported that Pandora Papers throwing stone in a marketplace. So before the leaking of this Pandora, they have warned the whistleblower that if you leak this particular Pandora document, you do not know who the stone is going to hit in the market, because almost all of them in Nigeria committed a crime. Obi was one of them. So it is because of this particular headline you see here, throwing stone in the market. Now, let us even go and read what this particular report say. This report say the release of the much talked about controversial Pandora Papers is akin to throwing stone in a marketplace, which could fall on an innocent person. I do not know how, somebody who do not have a document, or who do not have account, or who do not have property, offshore account and all that, will now become a victim. This is not about throwing stone. You must have the property. Your name must be in the document for your name to be mentioned. So Pandora document is not a marketplace where you throw stone and they land on anybody's head. So anybody that the stone land on his head means that the person have his name or her name in Pandora document. So Obi is one of those. Now, because Obi name was one of the big names that was mentioned because he was a running mate to Atiku in 2019. So everybody became scared that if this document is released just because of Obi, a lot of people will land in trouble. And somebody say I should leave Obi and focus on the enemy. Obi is my enemy. As I'm talking to you, anybody that is talking about one Nigeria is my enemy. If Obi is not my enemy, who else is my enemy? In fact, let me tell you, Obi is bigger enemy than the Fulanis today. Because if Obi abandoned the presidential election as a result of the cleansing, ethnic cleansing, genocide happening in Igbo land today, we have won this war by 30%. So if somebody whose involvement validate the killings of our people in Imo State, which means he is very comfortable with Nigeria. If somebody whose involvement in election validate all the cries of Ohaneze Ndigbo, including this cry now, let me also show you. So I want you to understand that when I am talking about Obi, I am not just talking, sarcastic. I'm not just being stupid. You understand me?
It's a
This
gathering
man
of
here,
leaders from the Southeast region led by the President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo, Professor
validate
George Obioza,
whatever these
who is
people
making
were
his
shouting
first
and
official
agitating
public
for.
appearance since his country home was attacked by gunmen weeks ago.
So, if I do not
Also
talk about
present for
Obi,
this
who
meeting
else
to
will I
chart a
talk
course
about?
for Ndigbos here at the banquet hall of the Imo State Government House is the governor of the state, Hope Uzodimma, traditional
Everything
rulers,
concerned these people
politicians,
said
and
here
others.
is what Obi
Top on the agenda
also
is the
somehow
2023 presidency, the
violated.
release of
Because
the
even then,
proscribed
they will not
IPOB
vote
leader
Obi.
Nnamdi Kanu, insecurity
These
in the
people here,
zone,
you see,
and one after
in
the
this
other,
meeting,
the
will
leaders
not
express
vote
their
Obi.
views.
Everyone knows that if there is anything Indigo craves, it is for one of their own to become the president of Nigeria. We have both material and human resource to lead the country.
And they are begging that Ndigbo should become the president of Nigeria, while Ndigbo actually have a better chance to rule themselves. Ndigbo must not be president of Nigeria. Okay? Ndigbo must not be president of Nigeria. Ndigbo have a better chance to rule themselves, become the Japan of Africa, become the Japan of the entire Africa. Ndigbo can become even more than Dubai. So why would you have this opportunity to be one of the best and you choose to be a president of Obi? Obi that used the money he should have used to build Anambra and invest it in his bank. He didn't build road. He didn't build hospital. He invested the money in the bank where he was the director. It is not enough. Obi went and invest the money and used it to buy property in offshore. And the name is Pandora document. That is what I have come to do today. And let me tell Nigerians, the reason why Obi did not go down for it was because they say, do not throw stone in the market because of Obi. So if the stone had been thrown, everybody, some of them will go down. So they don't want to throw this stone because just Obi. So they bring Obi issue out. But there are so many of them who also have the Pandora document. Now, what Obi said will shock you. Obi admitted that he invested in Pandora because of advice given to him by banks. That is not excuse in criminal offense. That somebody advised you is not excuse in criminal offense. So if the action of Obi is a crime against the Nigeria state, the excuse is not that somebody advised you to do it and somebody told you it is not against the law. The person who told you, is he a Nigerian lawyer? Did he know Nigerian law? That is what I have come to do this evening. So I have just given you a background. Why this Pandora document on this Pandora case died a natural death is because Obi is not the only one involved. That is why they reported do not throw stone. Now, having listened to why you did not hear the Pandora again, let us go back to B's interview. Because when we come here, we give you sense, okay? Let us go back to Obi for you to understand what we are talking about, because some of you are ignorant. And when we are talking about when we are discussing issue that has to do with intellectual capacity, don't come and put your mouth if you are not sensible. Okay? Now listen and listen very attentively. I want everyone to listen.
On the morning show.
Morning for inviting me here.
Well,
good morning to the viewers.
Well, the obvious question are you guilty as charged? Because you were named latest scandal, Pandora Papers, as one of those involved in setting up a secret company, the purpose of money laundering.
A secret company.
Overseas.
Purpose of money laundering.
As governor of Anambra.
And that is what it is.
Well, thank you. Number one is that I'm not guilty.
Number one is that he is not guilty as charged. And let me inform you that Obi not guilty was not actually real. The real say he is not guilty will shock you. Now listen to him.
Trust company is a legitimate vehicle used everywhere globally for investment, savings, and estate planning purposes.
Did you hear that? That the trust company is what is used globally. Who said that it is not being used globally? Who said that trust company is not being used globally? That is why everybody is there. It is being used globally. But the question is the legitimacy of you as a Nigerian serving governor investing in that your globally used company. That is the question here. Now let us listen to him.
It's allowed by law everywhere.
He said it is allowed by law everywhere. We are not talking about everywhere law. We are talking about the law of Nigeria, the Nigeria Constitution, and the Nigeria Criminal Code, and all laws in Nigeria. That is what we are talking about. We are not talking about the laws everywhere. What does the Nigerian law say?
In my particular case and that of my family, it was done on very valuable advice of our then bankers.
Are you hearing that? Obi is telling you now that him investing in Pandora, it was as a result of advice he received from the then bankers. He received from the... So what Obi is telling you now is that, please, this crime, I didn't know I was committing crime. I received this particular advice from a banker whom I believe he was advising me right. But does that mean that the action of investing in Pandora document or Pandora property or this offshore property, does it violate Nigerian law? Does it violate Nigerian law? And does it violate the laws on money laundering? That is the question. The question is not whether somebody advised you. So I want you people to listen to the corny answer of Obi. Obi admitted. Obi admitted he invested as a result of advice he received from bankers. So the question now is, this advice that will be received from bankers, does it violate Nigerian law? And I want you to understand the reason why nobody is talking about this thing is because Nigeria is a criminal country. Obi himself said it. Obi said Nigeria is criminalized, is a criminalized country. He said it himself. So the reason why nobody is talking about this particular Pandora document is because a lot of people are involved. So if you go for Obi, you are going to expose some many Fulanis like Atiku and Co. So they don't want it to, they don't want people to talk about it. Otherwise, ask yourself, is this a defense? Is what Obi said now a defense? Because he's not telling you that a banker advised him. So do you understand what I'm saying? Excuses is not acceptable in criminal offense. I don't know. It's an excuse. Somebody advised me. It's not an excuse. After all, the people who facilitate the offshore account and all that are bankers. So the question is, this particular investment of Obi, does it violate Nigeria law? That is the question. It does not matter who advised you and who did not advise you. So Obi admitted of offshore. Now, this is a man, even though he is importing this and importing that, he used the money he should have used to develop Anambra State to invest. A typical business Igbo man, as they call them. He used it to invest. When he was leaving, he said he left money. Money was in the bank account of Anambra State for the next governor, Obiano, to come to squander it. Because he is not a leader. He is a saver. A financial, I don't know whether I would call him economist. Even economist, what are you doing if you can save 75 billion for somebody to come and squander it? There is no electricity. There is no road network in Anambra. There is no hospital, equipped hospital. There is no school that is well equipped. Everything is complete rubbish. And then you use the money to run your banking business. Only for somebody to, the same Obi, to come today and tell you he is the economics. He wants to save Nigeria money. So if Obi become the president to the detriment of Ndigbo, and Obi become president for against your own freedom, Obi will go to Abuja and say, oh, immigration, you are losing a lot of money to print Nigeria passport. How much do you use to print Nigeria passport? They said they are using 1 billion to print Nigeria passport. Okay, let us minimize the pages so we can save 500,000 or 500 million. We will cut 500 million there. Obi will go to custom. How much do you generate in Nigeria Port Authority? We generate this amount. Okay, now can we increase it so that you will make more money from there? How much is so he will go there and start saving money. Because when they are talking about this thing, it baffles me. Look at him here admitting that he invested in the offshore company from the advice he got from his banker. Now listen to him again.
Thank you. Number one is that I'm not guilty. Trust company is a legitimate vehicle used everywhere globally for investment, savings, and estate planning purposes. It's allowed by law everywhere.
All right.
In my particular case and of my family, it was done on very valuable advice of our then bankers.
Listen to that too. In the case of him and his families, which means I am going to read the paper here. It means that his family also were involved because I have read the document where the daughter's name was mentioned. So it was because of valuable advice from bankers. So that valuable advice, does it break Nigeria law? Was it a breach of the Nigeria law for you as a sitting governor to invest in an offshore company?
In my particular case and that of my family, it was done on very valuable advice of our then bankers, Lloyds TSB. This is what they did to all their international clients.
Are you hearing that? Obi is relying his defense on the advice he received from a company or from bankers that may not even be Nigerians. And he said, this is what they did to all their international clients. Who care? Who care what they do to international clients? Who care what they advise to other international clients? Who care how they handle the international client? Nobody care. The only thing we care is, what did you do with Anambra State money? That is all we care. Who care about this is how they do it? International clients are not Nigerians. Some of them are Nigerians, of course. Some of them that you don't want their name to be mentioned. So I want to inform Biafrans today that Obi's name and Obi have admitted to have committed the crime of Pandora. And he is justifying this crime as a result of advice he received. And this is a man who everybody is shouting for now. I don't need to go to Tinubu. You people know how he carry a bullion van. I do not need to go to Atiku. You also know what Atiku is. But this is Nigeria for you. And they call them the three best. Three best. Their hands are not clean. Three best. They use Nigeria money, invest it in abroad. Atiku own was about $40 million the last time. But that is not what I'm here. Now, I want to now tell you that Obi actually haven't gotten rich enough. That is why he decided to go into presidential campaign to possibly become the president, so he can now enrich himself to get $500 million. I want you to listen to this.
Who operated at the time I lived in the UK, they will help you to see that you formulate a trust company.
Are you hearing that? He said in the UK, let us go back again. The question now is that, how conversant is this company in the UK? How conversant are they with the Nigerian law?
All their international clients who operated at the time I lived in the UK, they will help you to see that you formulate a trust company.
Are you hearing that? Who, the time he lived in the UK, and he was the governor of Anambra State and owning company, offshore company and investment against Nigeria law. Listen.
Offshore, and that is what we did. This company,
and that is what we did,
was never used to launder money.
This company was never used to launder money. It is not whether you launder the money or you don't launder money. Did you open an account and did you have investment in offshore? Whether you launder money or you don't launder money is secondary, because that is, part of the crime. The main crime is that, did you invest, did you create any offshore company? Did you invest in a trust account? Did you make a Pandora? Do you have any asset in Pandora? That's all. Then we begin to talk about the money movement. The money movement is the secondary part of the crime.
Before, during, and after till date. So it wasn't used anytime I was in office for anything.
It wasn't used anytime you are in the office for anything. So what is the essence of the company? It wasn't used anytime. What is the essence of the company?
2, it was never used to buy property. Before I went into office, during the time I was in office, and after the time I was in office, it was strictly trust company, that savings and family planning that was strictly used to support our borrowings, which we even invested.
To support your borrowing. Are you people hearing this man? This man said the account was never used to purchase anything. It was never used to launder money. It was never used for anything. And then he went further to say it was used for family saving and to support borrowing. My people, are you hearing that? What this man is telling you now is that, let me tell you how this crime works. Some of them don't know. Let me tell you how the crime works. So what this man did now is that he told you that the money was never used for anything, okay? Or the account was never used for anything. He said it's for family savings and family planning. So, and the account were only used to support borrowing. Whatever the hell that one means, I don't know. But let me tell you, from an experienced person in this kind of crime, because I have been involved, in investigating crime like this. But let me tell you how this thing works. So if he come now to you know, he opened this account, he called it his trust account and all that. And to him, is for family planning and for savings and all that. So the account has never purchased anything. The account has never laundered money, but the account was used to support borrowing, which means the borrowing is happening somewhere else. Okay? The money will be moved to this particular trust account, and then, you know, he called it savings. So the money will be borrowed by a different company, and be foolishly, because we told you people that this man is not ready for he is not contesting any election, and you were part of the Biafra movement. You hear Obi? Oh, Obi is here. Obi is here. You are a fool. Obi is not telling you, oh, this movement is like a football team. We are playing Division 3. So they are not in Division 3. APC and PDP is playing Division 1. So you can understand that Obi have already told you that he is not contesting to win presidential election, because presidential election belongs to Division 1 team. Those who play in Division 1. Obi is telling you now that the Labour Party is playing Division 3. So, and it is step by step. We do not know whether before the 2023 they are going to upgrade to Division 2 before they can now go to Division 1. Hear it yourself. I didn't say it. Obi don't have no structure in the northern Nigeria, and they deceive you.
No, he has to start. The North has to start somewhere. The regulation has to start.
Go there. I also want to answer the question about the North, but
yeah, I want to answer it, but
okay.
you said
okay. No, go ahead. Answer it. Then I go to the call. Yeah.
Those who are saying that the noise is about the South, is about the North, you know, it has to start. The noise has to start somewhere.
Okay.
The regulation has to start somewhere.
Okay.
We find nobody's recognized from everywhere at once. Whether it starts, those who play football that will celebrate, they start with a club somewhere.
Okay.
They start street football.
All right.
They play for Division 3, Division 1. Eventually they'll get there. The same thing is what happens everywhere.
All right.
When a star is rising, it starts from somewhere. And you get, when the moon is coming, it starts from everything starts from somewhere. So it will not be a universal thing.
All right.
So if Peter Obi is known and celebrated in the South,
okay,
the people in the South, and I'm asking the young one, to take their colleagues in the North.
Are you hearing it?
The man who can solve this problem,
okay,
and can do this or can do this.
He is now advising you today that those of you in the South can now contact your friends in the North. He's advising you that some of you, the Biafrans that have one leg in Biafra struggle and allow people to deceive you and distract you, you can now begin to contact your friends in the North so that you can tell them about P2B. That is the structure of P2B. They have no single structure in the North. And for that reason, I am going to bring it to the screen. One moment. I want you to look at what, because our own is when they do it, they show. This is the tweet of somebody called Bashir Ahmed that I shared on my wall. And this man say, did you know that Labour Party doesn't have an office in Kano? I want you to understand this. Did you know that Labour office did not have an office in Kano, a state with over 5 million registered voters? Not only that, the party doesn't have a single candidate in the whole 44 local government in the state. And the story is so very similar in at least 25 to 36 states and FCT. When I posted this thing, the idiotic people, all these illiterates that are following P2B without verifying, or all of them. When I share this particular tweet, they came because they don't know that I have already verified it myself. They came, oh, how can you be saying that? How can you be saying that a Labour Party don't have a office in the North? How can you be saying that a Labour Party don't have structure in the North? Today, this thing this guy said here, have you confirmed it now from P2B? P2B said that they are now playing like football division. Division 2, Division 3, Division 1, and now they are in Division 3. So it is step by step. And he is not telling you that is coming to my page to say, what kind of propaganda is this? P2B is telling you now to pick up your phone and begin to call people in the North and let them have a structure. Build structure for him. Open office for him in the North. But I'm telling you that as far as this are concerned, the factual and the fact available is that P2B and Labour Party do not have office in Kano. The same thing to other states, 25 states of the northern Nigeria and the Middle Belt. They don't have office. And so, all this noise is just to distract you and to make it look as if Biafrans are divided. To make it look as if Biafrans are divided. Let me tell you, I don't have any personal issue with P2B. If Biafra come today, Biafra is going to unite us. Any day, P2B, you following Obi foolishly. Because we told you people that this man is not ready for he is not contesting any election. And you following Obi foolishly. Because we told you people that this man is not ready for he is not contesting any election. And you were part of the Biafra movement. You hear Obi, oh, Obi is here. Obi is here. You are a fool. Obi is not telling you, oh, this movement is like a football team. We are playing Division 3. So they are not in Division 3. APC and PDP is playing Division 1. So you can understand that Obi have already told you that he is not contesting to win presidential election. Because presidential election belongs to Division 1 team. Those who play in Division 1. Obi is telling you now that their Labour Party is playing Division 3. So, and it is step by step. We do not know whether before the 2023, they are going to upgrade to Division 2, before they can now go to Division 1. Hear it yourself. I didn't say it. Obi don't have no structure in the northern Nigeria, and they deceive you.
He has to start, the North has to start.